In another video, I explained the intellectual problem of evil. But even if we can reconcile this idea of God and evil both coexisting at the same time in our minds, it's perhaps even more difficult to reconcile this truth in our hearts. Because when tragedy and loss occur, we as finite human beings naturally feel emotionally bankrupt. Some of you probably thought in your lives, I just can't wrap my heart around how God could allow this to happen to me. Well, let me just explain 4 perspectives which I found to be very reasonable explanations of tragedy as it relates to God. First, we need to remember we live in a broken world. God allowed this brokenness to enter His originally good creation when He gave mankind free will, and sin entered the world, corrupting and disrupting God's perfect creation. Evil, pain, and suffering are the natural results of this brokenness. Second, Jesus said we would have tribulation, but He also said in that same context to take heart because He has overcome the world. See, Jesus achieved the ultimate overcoming. He conquered the powers of sin and death itself through His death and resurrection. Then in Revelation, He speaks of an ultimate overcoming when He will make all things new, including restoring His tainted but originally good creation. So, if we know how the story ends and how the present suffering we endure is not the end of the story for us or for the world, we can actually gain comfort and peace in the midst of our pain and suffering. Third, Jesus tells us He is always with us even until the end of the age. The incarnation of God becoming human meant God can no longer be viewed as insulated from humanity's suffering. Jesus was human, and He suffered in His humanness. He knows how we feel. He suffers with us. He is with us now. When we weep, He weeps. Not only did Jesus weep when His friend Lazarus died, but He continues to weep with us today. By God not isolating Himself from us, but actually entering into the suffering of humanity, allowing Himself to be crucified, experiencing a shameful death on the cross, we can know that we are not alone in our suffering. He sees us. He is with us now. He knows how it feels. He is with us now. We are not alone. And fourthly, when God doesn't change the situation, He increases His power and presence. In Psalms 34, it says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed." Then in 2 Corinthians, it says, 3 different times I begged the Lord to take it away. Each time He said, "My grace is all you need. My power works best in weakness." So now I am glad to boast about my weaknesses so that the power of Christ can work through me. So hopefully, all this helps you see when a crisis occurs, there is hope in Jesus, and there are ways to get through your pain, uncertainty, doubt, and fear. And we can gain comfort knowing God knows how we feel, and He is still with us now, suffering with us. We can be comforted despite the evil and loss around us, because we can remember how Jesus told His followers He is always with us, even until the end of the age. And this same God in Christ will put a permanent end to all evil and even death itself when Christ returns to make all things new.